Hey guys. Hello folks. No, you guys got the right link. Yeah, I'm here. What's up guys? Welcome back folks. So, let me see if I can see myself or hear myself. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can see me. Hello. What's up, folks? Hello. So, who's around here? Let's go see. Okay, let me minimize this. Okay. So, we have Gilland, Silvio, Janus, Jermaine. What's up, buddy? Wild Wisdom. There you go. I like that nickname. Yeah. Lusquero Planket. Hello. Bernard. Southern Bell. Southern Bell is always, just always around when I go live. Thanks for your support. Sure. N. Cooper. AA Cooper. Amanda. Hey, Amanda. Hello. What's up, folks? Did you have fun today? I didn't have much fun. It was another narrow ranging trading session with little to none trading opportunities. It looks like the markets are just waiting for Nvidia tomorrow. Yeah, at Nvidia reports. At what time is Nvidia reporting? Let me go see. Oh, by the way, guys, as I am streaming for you, I am involved in a trade on Acta. Yeah, so maybe I would have to. Hopefully, I can close this position at a profit. I purchased 50 shares at $94.50 once the earnings report came out. Nvidia reports tomorrow at 4:20 p.m. What do you guys believe about Nvidia's report? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going to be a big market mover? Yeah, hello. Where are you guys at? Let me know. Lynn. Queen Road to Trillions. Ocean Goose. What's up, Ocean Goose? Yeah. Up. Gillian says Bernard. Up. Yeah. It's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, it's always fun. You guys know that I am actively trading earnings reports. Yeah. I'm going to be very active tomorrow, probably after hours. I've been trading earnings reports with shares, not with options. You don't buy calls and you don't buy puts into any earnings report. That's a golden rule that if you want to make it in this business, that if you want to survive in this business for a long time, you need to respect. No calls or puts before an earnings report comes out. But I do trade earnings on a constant basis. With shares once the report comes out. And yeah, when Nvidia reports, it's like, wow, it's like prime time. Yeah, for me. Nvidia up. Jermaine Weld says, New York City, Lynn, Atlanta, Daryl. Yeah, I am in Charlotte, bro, so we're super close. Yeah, we're like 3 hours away, 3 hours and a half. It depends on the traffic, yeah. Getting into Atlanta is super, super tough. Yeah, I hate Atlanta's traffic. But we're already close. Chattanooga, New York City. Yeah, Amanda is like way up north. New York State. So please drop a comment down below. Let me know what stocks you guys want me to go over. And hello, folks, from the beautiful city of Charlotte, in the beautiful city of North Carolina. Syracuse, there you go. Yeah. IBM, Sylvia saying, yeah, that's one of the stocks that I am keeping an eye on. Above 243.50. Yeah, we didn't have much movement today in most stocks. And most movements today, guys, ended up being faded to either the upside or the downside. And that occurred basically because we had another narrow ranging trading session in the SPY. UNH, we got news after hours. Yeah, bad news, by the way. Yeah. Jermaine is asking, is requesting Palantir. BM&R. Oh, speaking of BM&R. By the way, California, UnitedHealth, Palantir. Of course, guys, let's go do it. Look, So I just asked you guys about what could be potentially happening tomorrow with Nvidia, right? Once the report comes out. Let's ask Tom Lee. Yeah. Hey, Tom Lee. By the way, have you guys seen my profile picture on Discord? It's a picture with Tom Lee. Yeah, I met him in at the New York Stock Exchange 2 or 3 months ago. Very very nice guy, huh? He's a very nice guy. Take a look. Let me see if I can see. This is my Discord in English. Look, main chat. I must have my picture here. Where am I at? Let me see. Is there any comment here? Is there any comment? Take a look. There you go. How about that, huh? Here's your boy Tom Lee and your boy Alvaro at the New York Stock Exchange. Very nice guy, by the way, guys. Super nice guy. But let's go ask Tom Lee about Nvidia's report, guys. Here it is. Take a look at our boy Tom Lee. Investors are bracing for Nvidia to sell off after the report tomorrow. I think there's a chance Nvidia rises dramatically after they report on Wednesday. What do you think about this? What do you think about Tom Lee's opinion on Nvidia's report? I mean, Tom Lee, guys, is the perfect definition of a perma bull. Whatever happens, he sees the markets going up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, yeah. Take a look at his conviction. Impressive. Yeah. Our boy Tom Lee. I wonder what is the knives thinking about Nvidia's report. I wonder. Is the knife bullish into the print? Who knows, right? Yeah, he's also bullish. I mean, both are perma bulls. So yeah, I mean, he's correct. I mean, we don't know. We'll go over Nvidia, so no worries, okay? Yeah. I have a friend of mine that needs to do a poor man's cover call tomorrow before the report comes out. Yeah. Okay. Let's go see what happened today in the markets, guys. So a very boring day. Another narrow ranging trading session, as I just pointed out. But take a look at this, guys. This is interesting. So the Russell 2000 was the best performing index today. IWM. It went up today 0.83%. The Nasdaq went up 0.44%. The S&P went up 0.41%. And the Dow Jones went up 135 points, or up 0.30%. Check this out, guys. Because most of the stocks that you guys love trading trade inside either the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq 100. Most of them. Okay? Okay, let's go see what happened today underneath the surface in the case of the indices. So, take a look at what happened in the case of the S&P 500. We had 257 stocks going up and 244 stocks going down. So the index, when it comes to all of the stocks that trade inside the S&P 500, was even, pretty much. 244 stocks went down and 257 stocks went up. So from a equal weight standpoint, the trading session was mixed. Okay, nothing crazy, nothing very bullish. Let's go see what happened inside the Nasdaq 100. Look, 52 stocks went up and 49 stocks went down. Nothing crazy. 49, 52. But check this out, guys. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, take a look at this. 1,266 stocks went up and 670 stocks went down. You guys can notice how the breadth of the Russell 2000 looks way more bullish relative to the breadth in the case of the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. Why is this happening? Well, because Mr. Powell will be, I would say, is likely, let's just put it that way, cutting rates in September. So as of now, we have a rotation going on in the markets. So if you guys keep insisting on taking trades with or on Microsoft, Tesla, Meta, Google, and Amazon, those trades might not be successful trades right away, because those stocks aren't getting a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money going into those stocks. Are you guys aware of that? So we might be in a situation in which Nvidia and Microsoft and Tesla and Meta and Microsoft and so forth don't go anywhere for quite some time. This could happen, but this is the situation that is going on as of now. Take a look at Microsoft today. And I was getting a lot of questions in my Discord about Microsoft. Look, this company reported earnings, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. An unbelievable report, guys. Crazy. Super, super good report. Take a look. The RIP got sold in a brutal fashion. This stock is going nowhere. And it went down today 0.44%. Look, Microsoft, after having posted an unbelievable earnings report, is down as of now 11% of all-time highs. Why is this happening? Because money is rotating into different stocks, into other sectors. These stocks have gone up a lot recently. Let's go see what is going on in the case of Meta. Let's go see Meta. Look. Another unbelievable report. Unbelievable report. And take a look at what has happened with Meta since its last earnings report came out. It's up. Yeah, it's up. 6%. But take a look at the choppiness, guys. It's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. It's very obvious. Let's go see Amazon. AMZN. Another good report, I would argue. Look, it's going nowhere. Can we trade these stocks here? Yeah. But you have to be very accurate with the positions you open to either the upside or the downside, because they aren't going anywhere. Yeah, of course, you can catch a low and buy calls, and the stock goes up $4 or $5, and you make some good money out of it. But they aren't going in either, so they aren't going in a decisive way either up or down. Look, take a look at a 1 day, 1 minute chart of Amazon. Shappiness at its best, guys. Look. Let's go see what is going on in the case of the SPY, guys. Look. And let's reconcile a 5 day, 5 minute chart of the SPY with the IWM. Look. Look at the SPY. 3 trading sessions. It went up a lot, of course, on Friday after Powell spoke at the Jackson Hole Symposium. But since the SPY made a high on Friday at 647-ish, approximately, and this was, by the way, around 10 a.m. or something like that on Friday. Take a look. It has gone nowhere. Let's go see the IWM. So we can, determine some differences here. Look at the IWM. It went up a lot, made a high, $235, and it hasn't done much either. But keep an eye on this. Where's the SPY as of now? This is a very good looking chart, above all the moving averages, above the 5 day moving average, but the SPY is pretty much trading at all-time highs. $647. If we go see the IWM, look. Okay, let me see. Look. The IWM is, so the all-time highs for the IWM, guys, is $246. It is still $12 below all-time highs. whereas the SPY is pretty much at all-time highs. And if you take a look at the breadth, again, at the participation to either the upside or the downside of the majority of the stocks that are trading inside these indices, you can tell that money is rotating into small cap stocks. Did you guys know that pretty much 50% of the stocks that trade inside the Russell 2000, or the companies, I should say, that trade inside the Russell 2000 don't make any money? Nothing, zero. They are money-burning machines. So now that Powell will supposedly be cutting rates in September, we'll see about that. I would say that it's highly likely, but it isn't a lock quite yet. So these companies are the, I would say, greatest beneficiary of lower rates in the economy. So you have to keep an eye on the IWM, guys. And as you guys just noticed, most of the big tech stocks that you guys love aren't doing much as of now. During weeks, let's go see, let's go see Google, which has a very good looking chart. Look. Alphabet. Look. It is almost trading at all-time highs, but look. It's been trading in a, let's see. This is something like a $5 range during many trading sessions. A very choppy behavior, let's put it that way. And you guys know that September is, from a seasonality standpoint, usually a very negative month for the markets. If we are going to see some sort of pullback in September, the bears are going to have to come for these stocks. The Alphabets of the world, and the, Apples of the world, and the Nvidias of the world, and the Microsoft of the world. And mind you, Microsoft has already been pulling back significantly, right? So you have to think about this, and maybe you need to rethink, or you need to look for new stocks to trade instead of the good old Magnificent Seven stocks, because these stocks as of now aren't doing much, guys. And that could be the case from now on. I don't know, maybe until mid-September, late September, who knows? But money is rotating out of these stocks. And take a look at this. Let me show you the performance of the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. Look at this. Take a look at this chart month to date. Technology up 0.11%. What stocks trade inside the technology sector? Microsoft. Nvidia. Look, up 0.11%. And take a look at healthcare. Up 5% month to date. So this is something to think about. If you have any questions about potential beneficiaries of this rotation, let me know. I can tell you some examples. Tom Lee doesn't miss. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Yeah, maybe this time around he will miss. Yeah, you never know. That Nvidia needs a pullback. It's been running crazy. Yeah, so let's go over Nvidia, guys. Let's get this out of our way. Nvidia. So the expected move is $11. Tomorrow after hours. Nvidia, guys, has gone up so far from early April until today's close 111%. 111%. Impressive, guys. The expected move is $11. Take a look. Let me go to Earnings Whispers. Take a look at this. 72% of Earnings Whispers subs believe that Nvidia will beat on earnings and revenue and so forth. And 60% of those subs believe that Nvidia is headed higher once the report comes out. The expected move is 6.8%. But this is basically, guys, a spectator's sport. you guys don't have to do anything with Nvidia tomorrow. Let's see what happens once the report comes out. Take a look at what happened here on the last earnings report. Look, Nvidia reported, and take a look at what happened. When the report came out, Nvidia was trading at $135. The next day, and the day after that, or the day after the next day, once the report came out, Nvidia was trading within the same range. What happened here, guys? Look, the report came out with Nvidia trading at $135. The next day, Nvidia pretty much was trading at $135. As you guys can see here, look. And the day after that, once again at $135. That implies, guys, that whoever purchased either calls or puts into the earnings report lost money. To whom? Relative to the market makers. The stock didn't do much in the next two trading sessions. Is that a possibility? So is that a possibility tomorrow? Can Nvidia, remain flat once the report comes out? It's possible. Yeah, it's a potential scenario. The options market is discounting or is expecting an $11 move to either the upside or the downside. But this is going to be a spectators show. Let's just put it that way. Tomorrow. I think that this is an important spot for Nvidia tomorrow once the report comes out. Check this out, guys. If we pull up here an anchor VWAP, an anchor volume weighted average price line that comes from Nvidia's most recent all-time highs, what price do we get? Look, $178. What message is this a VWAP sending us? Look, this is an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from $184. So Nvidia went up to $184 on August 12th. So the average market participant that started a position on Nvidia on that day, August 12th, and that has averaged down on their positions, on his or her positions, has an average price of $178. So that implies, guys, that the average market participant that started a position on Nvidia when this stock reached its highest price ever has an average price as of now of $178. Why am I making an emphasis on this level? Because I think, I could be mistaken, I don't know, maybe the report disappoints the markets right away and Nvidia plummets, or maybe the report comes out like super way better than expected and Nvidia, explodes to the upside once the report comes out. But in my opinion, Nvidia is going to be running in a significant way, if that were the case, to either the upside or the downside during the press conference of Mr. Jensen Huang tomorrow at, I don't know, 4:45, 5 p.m., because we have a lot of issues that he needs to talk about, when it comes to chips exports to China and stuff like that. So maybe the stock could remain sideways once the report comes out. It doesn't go anywhere. And it could pick a direction once Jensen Huang starts the press conference. As I just told you guys, it is probably at 4:45 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the line in the sand that could be dividing the bulls and the bears is that anchor VWAP. So if Nvidia trades tomorrow slightly above $178 ahead of the press conference, that is a bullish sign that could be attracting buyers into the technical short if Jensen Huang obviously says the right stuff in order to pump up the stock, which he usually does. But on the flip side, if $178, if that level is broken to the downside, I think that if these market participants that started positions in Nvidia at $184 capitulate tomorrow once Jensen Huang starts talking, or even before that, I think that if we see Nvidia closing candles below 178 after hours, of course, once the report comes out, that's a potential negative signal for Nvidia, and that could be attracting sellers into the technical chart. But again, you don't need to do anything. The expected move is $11, and we'll see what happens with Nvidia. The Magnificent Seven stocks have been losing traction relative to small caps and other sectors of the market, such as healthcare and the financial sector and stuff like that. So maybe Nvidia, I don't know, maybe Nvidia kills it tomorrow, and we'll see money, coming back to the tech sector and to the Magnificent Seven stocks. That's a potential scenario. Yeah, why not? Would you buy a pullback on Nvidia? So Nvidia is trading at $182. So it could be going down to 180, so 170. Take a look. 170 is in the case of a retracement. $170 is a previous level of support back from early August. Also previous support back from mid-August. That is pretty much coinciding with the rising 50-day moving average, which is signaling as of now $168. This could be a potential support zone in case of a pullback. 170, 168-ish. Yeah, Nvidia could be bouncing back up from there. Sure. I'm late. No, you're not late. Motivation King. That's a nice nickname. Yeah, we are 26 minutes in. Okay, what stocks am I going over, guys? Drop a comment, please. I have a little profit on Acta. Yeah. I am making $40 with 50 shares of Acta. Yeah. Let me see. What do we have here? San Diego. I'm surprised that none of you is asking about, your favorite stocks. Sofi. Sofi, by the way, is a big beneficiary of rate cuts. About Palantir. When someone asked about Palantir, let's go over Palantir right away. Let's get that out of our way. PLTR. Palantir up to date 2.35% and closed the trading session at $160.87. So the bulls still have some work to do here, guys, because they are trading below the 20-day moving average, $169. And there's an anchor VWAP that I am a bit concerned about Palantir. And I was telling the members of my Discord in English about this anchor. I was telling them about this anchor VWAP today during the trading session. Take a look at this. Again, this is an AVWAP, guys, an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from where? From all-time highs. So Palantir went up to $190 on August 12th. Take a look. The blue line. So this anchored volume weighted average price line is telling us that the average market participant that started the position in Palantir at $190 back on August 12th has an average price of $163. So what is going on in the case of Palantir? If we know that the average market participant that started the position here at $190 has an average price as of now of $163. What is going on here, guys? What are these market participants thinking about? What do you think, guys, when you're losing money on a stock? When you have an unrealized loss, what's your priority? When you have a $200 loss, a $300 loss on a call or a put, why not? Or maybe you bought shares of a stock. What happens if you have a position with an average cost at $163 and the stock is trading at $160? Breaking even, correct. So from a psychological standpoint, guys, and this is why I use anchor VWAPs so much, and this is why this is my favorite technical indicator. It helps me to think in psychological terms about the market participants that are involved in a stock. So if I know that from a volume standpoint, I have buyers trapped at $163 from all-time highs, I'm thinking that $163 could be a potential tough spot for Palantir. So Palantir would be out of the woods completely from a technical standpoint, in my opinion, if it can burst above $163. But on top of that, there's a bit more of technical damage, guys, because the 20-day moving average is signaling as of now $170. So the problem with Palantir here, guys, and you need to be aware of this because I know that most of you guys are Palantir bulls. If you believe that Palantir is, going back to all-time highs, you have to be patient. Because the problem that Palantir is dealing with as of now is that we have overhead supply. We have buyers trapped at higher levels relative to the current price of Palantir. So, let me zoom out here. We have a rising 200-day moving average, rising 100-day moving average, rising 20-day moving average. The bulls were able to recapture this downward sloping 5 DMA that is now it is starting to look a bit flat. So the 5 DMA is signaling $158. So in minor time frames, we're seeing buyers stepping in, but I am a bit concerned about this potential resistance zone between 163 and the 20-day moving average 170-ish. This could be a potential tough spot for Palantir. So you have to be careful here, guys, if you're going long Palantir. I was being asked today, let me see if I can show you. This is the channel on my Discord in which I am narrating the trading session pretty much on a real-time basis. And I was telling the guys about Palantir. Take a look, guys. Yeah, this was yesterday, right? Let me see. Today I was posting some information about Palantir. This was ACLO. Here, take a look. I was precisely talking about this anchor VWAP. That's an anchor VWAP. Take a look at the time, guys. 11:20 a.m. That's an AVWAP that comes from all-time highs for Palantir, 163-ish. Potential level of resistance should Palantir can keep running. So I'm a bit concerned about that level. But mind you, guys, the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average, is signaling $158, so it represents a potential support level. Say that Palantir pulls back a bit and finds support at 158. It could be bouncing back up from 158 up to 163. From 158 up to 163, this could represent a what? A 3.50% profit trade. And say that this 5 DMA breaks, this 5-day moving average around $158. Take a look at the 50-day moving average, guys. Look at this. The green line that I am pointing out with my mouse. Can you guys see the way that this 50 DMA is rising? It is pushing price up, guys. The slope of a moving average matters, and it matters a lot. And take a look at how, guys, Palantir has respected, to the penny, its 50-day moving average since mid-April. Look. It has not traded below the 50-day moving average since mid-April. This is an important level. It was tested last week, acted as support, tested once again on Friday, acted as support again, tested yesterday. It acted as support once again, and today again. Take a look. I cannot be making this up. Can you guys see that green line? That is the 50-day moving average. Support, 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 support. Big level, guys. As of today, the 50-day moving average is signaling $154. I might be a buyer of a pullback of Palantir at around 154. And if that green line breaks, if that 50 DMA breaks, maybe this could be on the top of my short list. It is an important level, that 50 DMA 50-day moving average. And let me go see the market structure of Palantir, demand and supply. Is it looking promising? Is it improving? Let's go see. Wow, take a look, guys. This is a market structure chart. What you guys can see on top represents the demand of Palantir. Buyers, demand, buyers. And at the bottom, you can see the supply, sellers. What do you guys see here? Take a look at the demand. Represented by the blue shaded region that I am pointing out with my mouse. The demand collapsed. collapsed. It isn't rising. The supply is also going down, which could be, which could be letting us know that maybe we have a bit of sellers exhaustion in the case of Palantir. But you never want to see the demand of any stock going down like this. With this market structure that still looks poor, I'm thinking that Palantir could have difficulty, could have issues trying to burst above 163 and 169. If the technical chart says otherwise, if Palantir takes out 170, it's off to the races once again. You have to be careful with this technical chart. And the bulls have to defend tooth and nail 155. This rising 50-day moving average. Can you put Palantir in the context of the unusual options alert we got that was 200 calls for September 19th? Okay, yeah, sure. So guys, on my Discord, we are posting unusual options alerts. And last week we got one on Palantir that I don't remember what day it was. But yeah, they were last week they were buying Palantir calls expiring on this is the channel in our server in which we are posting on a daily basis the unusual options alerts. And I don't remember. Okay, here it is. Take a look. So this was on August 18th. So someone invested the day before, so on August 17th, I guess, someone invested $1.2 million on calls of Palantir expiring on September 19th with a strike of $200. So someone is very bullish on Palantir headed into late September, and the dip ended up being bought up, guys. So this is a stock that is a retail darling for sure. And I think that the dips in Palantir will keep getting bought up if we happen to see lower prices, guys. The story behind Palantir remains very sexy. It hasn't lost any traction. So, of course, I am trading the technicals, but I am aware of the fact that this is a retail darling and that until the story doesn't lose any traction, until we get like bad news about the demand for Palantir services and products, or until, I don't know, the markets can foresee, let's just put it that way, that the demand for the products of Palantir could be potentially slowing down in the future, this stock can keep going up, guys, regardless of the very high multiples that is trading with. Yeah. So Sofi, let's go over to Sofi. Let's go see. So this was a very in-depth analysis on Palantir. Guys, I've been very bullish on Sofi since a long time ago. This is another stock that we've been getting a lot of unusual call options alerts on. So today we saw a bit of profit taking, down 2%. Sofi closed today's trading session at $25.60. A bit of profit taking, but I mean, what can we say about this technical chart? Take a look at this. What can we say? Above all the moving averages, a rising 5 DMA in white, rising 20-day moving average in pink, rising 50 DMA. What's not to like here, guys? And I've been warning you, and I've been warning everyone since Palantir was approaching $25 that if Palantir were able, and it happened, to burst above $25 and consolidate above $25, higher prices were coming up for Sofi, more likely than not. Take a look at this. Look, $25, previous level of resistance back from early June, and previous level of resistance back from, by the way, early June of 2021. This is a potential major breakout to the upside for Sofi. And this is also a previous level of resistance back from November of 2021. Take a look. This was a textbook double top. This thing collapsed from $11 down to $4. And now take a look. What before acted as resistance is potentially now acting as support. This is very bullish. this thing consolidates above $25, guys, and all-time highs is just around the corner, potentially. $28, in my opinion. By the way, today we got an unusual collapse alert on Sofi. And on top of that, guys, this is a big beneficiary of potentially lower rates in the economy. Because the Fed is going to cut rates, because, Powell is very concerned about the labor market instead of inflation and stuff like that. I'm not going to enter into a macro discussion here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is a very good looking short. Let's see if we happen to see another test of $25 on this occasion. It could be acting as support. It could be the case because a bit below $25, we have a rising 5-day moving average. SoFi finds support at $25. It could be bouncing back up and maybe filling that gap up to $28. Very good looking short, guys. And this is a stock that, what is this company doing? They are lending money. They need lower rates. They need lower interest rates. So they can do more lending. Of course. Yeah. Let me go see the market structure of SoFi. I would say I haven't taken a look at the market structure of SoFi since last week. It should be looking very good, in my opinion. Let's go see. The demand is it is going down as long with the supply, which isn't good necessarily. So maybe the market structure of SoFi is letting us know that a bit more of profit taking could be taking place here at around $25 because the demand is going down. So say that SoFi breaks $25 to the downside, I would be a happy buyer of this stock in regular market conditions, of course, if we happen to see a test of this rising 20-day moving average at $23.30, which happens to coincide with the previous resistance back from late July. Yeah. So if 25 breaks, keep an eye on this rising 20-day moving average near $23.40. It is a very good looking short regardless. And keep also in mind, guys, that if something happens, if something unexpected happens, because we have the core PCE data report, whatever bullshit that is, coming out on Friday. If the rate cuts expectations take a hit, the IWM, SoFi, Solar stocks, and pretty much all the interest rate sensitive stocks are going to take a hit as well. But while we remain optimistic about a potential rate cut in September, that's good for SoFi, guys. That's good for solar. That's good for financials. That's good for the IWM, small caps. That's what we talked about when I started the live stream. Yeah. And if we don't need to take a look at any anchor VWAPs in the case of SoFi because this stock is pretty much trading at all-time highs, so we don't have any important levels of overhead supply above the current price of SoFi. Yeah, this is a very good looking chart. MP Materials. Yeah. Let's go see MP Materials. Oh, by the way, guys, let me see. Let me go over MP Materials first. Take a look at this. Yeah, before I go over MP Materials, because over here we had an unusual call option alert. Keep this in mind. This is something that I am reminding the members of my Discord on a daily basis. Take a look at this. So the SPY went up today pretty much into the closing bell, a bit. Take a look at the trading session. It unfolded for the most part within a, let's see. So this high was 644.80 and the low was 641.50. So the trading session, guys, unfolded within a $3 range, which is for the most part a 30-point range inside the S&P 500. Usually, these kind of narrow ranging trading sessions are very frustrating because most movements are not completed through either the upside or the downside. Keep that in mind. What do I mean by that? Take a look. Take a look at MP Materials. What happened today as soon as the trading session opened? It went up a lot, like 4%, and the RIP got sold, and it ended up selling off into the closing bell. Did you guys see the pattern? Up a lot, and the RIP got sold. Let's go see IBM, which was another stock that, Acta is flying, guys. I gotta close this position. Hold on, guys. I am gonna trade on Acta. Hold on, I didn't see this. Oh my God, good news. I am closing a successful trade while I go live. This is great. Awesome. Let me see. Closed. I bought 50 shares of Acta at $94.50, and I just closed at $98, guys. Not bad. This is money that I am making after hours live. That is great, huh? Yeah, I can't complain about this. And again, as I just told you, I am trading earnings on a constant basis. I just made $175, guys, here while going live for you. I love it. So, but I need to notify that I close this trade to the members of my Patreon. Hold in there. Bear with me. And I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Hold. Hold in there. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, okay, there you go. I'm done. Okay. Take a look at IBM, guys. What happened in the case of IBM? Look at the pattern. Went up as soon as the trading session opened. And this is a stock that I am keeping an eye on. And take a look. It pulled back. What happened with Aclo, which is a stock that you guys love? Look. Up and down. Do you guys see the pattern? Most stocks did the same. So why most stocks out there today couldn't complete their movements to either the upside or the downside? Because the SPY didn't go anywhere. Most stocks out there, guys, need the SPY, need the S&P 500 to go higher in order to go higher. And the same thing occurs to the downside. Because maybe you get puts in a narrow ranging trading session such as the one that we had today. What is going to happen? The stock is going to drop a bit, and then that stock is going to go up. Take a look at Amazon. Take a look at the other side of what I am telling you. Take a look at Amazon. Look at Amazon. Down. This is a learning moment for you guys. Take a look. Take a look at what happened with Amazon. Exactly the opposite relative to what happened with Aclo, IBM, and MP Materials. Down as soon as the trading session opened, and the dip ended up being bought up. Look, up. Take a look at Open Door. What happened in the case of Open? Up and down. But no, I mean, for the most part, most stocks out there didn't go either up or down all day long. You see? So this is why you shouldn't be forcing trades when the SPY isn't doing much. Because you are not likely to be able to close those trades during that trading session. And most of you guys are gambling on 0 DTEs or daily options and weekly options, and you need the trade to work out. You need the trade to go in your favor right away. This is something to keep in mind, guys. You don't frustrate, never ever, especially when we have a shop fest just like the one that we had today. Did I make myself clear here? You guys got the memo? This is not a trading session, guys. Regardless of whatever you want to do. If you want to short the stock is likely to find support and go up. If you go long a stock, the stock is likely to go up a bit and then pull back. Most stocks out there simply track the S&P 500. That is just the way it works. The vast majority of the time. Okay, I was going over MP Materials. I just wanted to bring this up. A learning moment for you guys. So today we had an unusual collapse alert here on MP Materials that it actually did work out, guys. This stock went up as soon as the trading session opened, almost 4%. So this is a good looking short. It's an uptrend above all the moving averages. This is a key level here, guys, for MP Materials. Let me draw a line. Key level. Why do I say that? Because at $69, we have the convergence of the 5 and the 20-day moving average. $69. Critical level. On top of that, coinciding with a previous resistance and also coinciding with the previous level of support for MP Materials. This thing opens tomorrow on regular market conditions, of course, above $69. I am likely going long here. I like this short a lot. Above $69. $69 breaks to the downside, and we have plenty of room to the downside here, guys. $64, previous support, or why not the rising 50-day moving average. And on top of that, this company has to do something with data centers or something like that. Is this thing an AI-related stock or something like that? Could be, right? I mean, I could be mistaken, but that's what I think. This is a very good-looking short, guys. Yeah. $69. And let me show you the unusual collapse alert that I got today. Look. MP, what is MP? Here it is. Take a look. So yesterday, someone invested, obviously an institution, $1 million on MP Materials calls expiring on January 16th with a strike of $80. So they are gambling on the fact that this thing is going back to all-time highs, which could be the case. The short looks good. Let me take a look at the market structure of MP Materials. You need to rewind the live stream because I did show you guys the market structure of Nvidia. Yeah, I did it, but you need to rewind the stream a bit. Yeah. Let me go see the market structure of good old MP Materials. All in here, guys. It's been a long day for me. You have no idea how many things I've done so far. All guys. Okay. The market structure doesn't look good, huh? It looks ugly, actually. This is, again, guys, this is a market structure short. So what you're seeing on top is the demand or buyers, and at the bottom, the supply. Wow, this looks ugly, ugly, ugly. So the bulls of MP Materials have to hold $69 as support. They'd better do it, guys. Otherwise, we could see sellers stepping in a very noticeable way, to say the least. Take a look at the demand. It is collapsing, and the supply is rising and way above the level of the demand. So this stock could be a short if $69 breaks to the downside. If it holds, I'm still willing to go down despite the poor market structure short. But below 69, this could even be a short. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, UnitedHealth. Yeah, let's go over UnitedHealth. So what was the news, guys, that came out on a bit before the closing bell? And what was the source of the news? Yeah, I'm curious about that. What was the source of the news? Because this stock has been a victim of insider trading in a massive fashion, guys. So we got news into the closing bell. Let me see if I can see the news here. UnitedHealth stock falls as Department of Justice criminal probe expands to Optum. What's Optum? And what's the source of this news? Oh, okay, Bloomberg. So it's a good source. Yeah, it's a good source. And take a look. Today at 9:25 a.m., Cantor Fitzgerald reiterated overweight on UnitedHealth maintains a price target of $440. Wow. The stock has been a disaster, guys. It is very, susceptible to news. So if you trade this thing, you need to keep an eye on the 5-day moving average, guys. Above the 5 DMA, that implies that there's bullish conviction when it comes to the market participants that started positions on this stock more recently. $303. Look. Can you guys see the white line? $303. So this is your gauge. This is your line in the Zen. Below 303, you have to doubt the stock because it is still in a major downtrend. Below a clearly downward sloping 200-day moving average, below a declining 100-day moving average. And I just told you, in the case of Palantir and in the case of Sofi, that when the moving averages are rising, that's bullish because they are potentially pushing price up. In the case of UnitedHealth, is just the opposite. When you guys see, and especially major moving averages, such as the 200 and the 100, downward sloping like this, those moving averages are pushing price down. This is very negative. So be careful here, guys. Still in a major downtrend. And do not touch this thing below the 5 DMA. It is signaling as of now $303. Take a look at how, guys, the 5 DMA has been showing us as traders the momentum on the stock. Again, the white line, guys. I cannot be making this up. Look, when UNH trades below the 5 DMA, take a look at what has happened with the price action. Take a look at the white line. Look, below that 5 line, sellers are in total control of the stock. This is a daily moving average, the Maris. So this moving average is signaling the same price regardless of the time frame. You guys need to understand the moving averages you're using. Yeah. If I say simple moving average, or if I say exponential moving average, I do need to point out the time frame. This is a daily moving average. It shows the same price regardless of the time frame. So if, for instance, you are using a simple moving average or an SMA, you need to pull up this moving average, or you need to pull up a 5 SMA on the daily chart. This white line is showing us the average price of UnitedHealth during the last 5 trading sessions. Take a look again. The white line. Look, below the white line, sellers are in control and the stock is going down. And take what happens on the flip side when this white line is recaptured. When there's conviction on UnitedHealth by the market participants that have started positions on this stock recently, the stock goes up. And an absolute no touch below this 5 DMA if you want to take a short-term trade. And on top of that, guys, this is a stock that has a massive institutional participation. So let's see what happens tomorrow and on Thursday as well. Why is it? Because we got more bad news about UnitedHealth. So at Berkshire Hathaway, they need to evaluate the bad news. Mr. Michael Burry needs to evaluate the news, and I don't know. So many institutional investors that are buying the dip or that have bought the dip on UnitedHealth, they need to weigh on the news and make up their minds about whatever they will do with UnitedHealth. So when you guys get bad news on a stock or on a company that has a vast institutional participation, you shouldn't buy the dip right away. Let the dust settle, okay? Let the institutions decide whatever they will do with those positions, and you need to wait. That typically occurs in a 2 or 3 day frame. So let's wait 2 or 3 trading sessions to see what happens with UNH. But a no touch below this 5 DMA. Yep, and there goes your UNH analysis, which is a stock that you guys are, frequently asking about. Yeah, 59 minutes. Yeah. What other stock do we have here? IBM, guys. So today we got news. We got good news about IBM International Business Machines. The chart doesn't look good. Of course, as you guys can see here, below the 50-day moving average, 120-day moving average. Take a look at the white line, the 5 DMA. This is a very important moving average, especially if you are taking short-term trades. The bulls have been defending the 5 DMA. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and today as well, 6. I was pointing out today on Discord 243.60, and I told you guys keep an eye on $243.60. If IBM can consolidate above that level, it could be attracting buyers. So what was I talking about when it comes to 243.60? I was talking about the 20-day moving average, guys. Look, in pink. This is what I was telling you on Discord. If IBM consolidates above $243.60, the door could open for a test of the 200-day moving average at $248. Not a good-looking short, but in minor time frames, buyers have started to step in. So, yeah, maybe consolidation above 243.60 ish, above this 20-day moving average, could be opening the door for a potential test of the 200-day moving average at $248. Let me take a look at the market structure of IBM. And today we got, before noon, guys, some news came out about a potential partnership between IBM and AMD. Could that be the case? I think that I read something. Yeah, they are potentially partnering up on quantum computing. Could that be the case? Look, take a look at the market structure, guys, of IBM. Again, on top of this chart, you guys can see the demand buyers, and at the bottom, supply. Take a look at the demand. It is rising, and the supply is starting to go down. On top of that, the bulls or buyers have been defending the 5 DMA. Give me IBM above $243.60, $243.60, and I might be going along here. Yeah. I actually have a position on IBM. I would be starting a new one, or maybe, yeah, or maybe averaging down. Who knows? And mind you, guys, the chart doesn't look good, so don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Some of you guys are very romantic. You fall in love with the stocks. Oh, I cocked the bottom. Now to the moon, brah. Don't fall in love with downtrending stocks. Why is it, guys? Everyone likes falling in love, guys. It's great, right? When you fall in love, it feels great. Yeah. You're happier. Yeah. You listen to music and you think about the person that you fell in love with. But do not fall in love with downtrending stocks. Why is it? Because we have a lot of overhead supply above the current price of IBM. A lot of overhead supply. So we have buyers trapped all over the place. This is backholder central. So this is a short-term trade, guys. From the 20 DMA up to the 200. Give me those $5. In and out. Yeah, you walk away. We have a lot of overhead supply here. By the way, I'm curious about an anchor VWAP from all-time highs. In the case of IBM. Is any of you in love? Come on. None of you? No one? For real, guys? Let me display an anchor VWAP. Look. An anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs is signaling $261. These market participants are losing money. More likely than not, whenever IBM pulls up and pays a visit down to $261, this stock could be pulling back from this level. Yeah, we have market participants losing money at $261. They represent a potential overhead supply zone. Around 261. There you go. Hey, we are an hour and 4 minutes in. Wow. Guys, I already streamed during 3 hours for the members of my Patreon in Spanish. I was narrating the trading session for the members of my Patreon in English. By the way, if any of you wants to join us in our server in English, remember that you have the link in the description box of this live stream. Some of you guys are combining Chris' server with mine. In the case of my Discord in English, I have the ability, guys, of being in touch with you during the trading sessions. I can ask as many questions as you ask me, so I'm feeling super good about it, if anyone is interested. If not, that's okay. I'm still active in Chris' server, of course. And let's wrap it up with Coinbase. I like it. Yeah, let's go over Coinbase. Let's go see. Coinbase. Not a good looking short. Below the 5 DMA is bearish. Yes. Yeah, it is bearish. I try not to trade stocks below the 5-day moving average, especially below a declining 5 DMA. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You need to combine the 5 DMA with other factors, but yeah, for the most part, that's the definition. Yeah. Coinbase up today 0.81% and closed the trading session at $308.48. Guys, these crypto-related stocks are out of favor as of now, so you have to be careful. So $300 have been acted as support for Coinbase during multiple occasions recently. Look, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. So this could be a potential level from which Coinbase could be starting to build up a base in order to go higher. On top of that, the $300 at or slightly above a rising 100-day moving average and a rising 200 DMA. So while above $300 and while above the 100 DMA 284 and the 200 DMA 272, there's hope for the bulls over here. But I don't know. I still don't see momentum, guys. Preferably, I need to see the 5 DMA starting to rise. So we can make a case that, buyers are stepping in once again in minor time frames in favor of Coinbase. So yeah, maybe Coinbase could be building up some sort of a base here. So wait for confirmation, guys. The bulls have been struggling at closing trading sessions above the 5 DMA, $208 as of now. So let's wait for buyers to step in further and maybe being able to bring price or maybe being able to break $320 through the upside, to bring price above $320. That would be a good sign for Coinbase, guys. That could be potentially attracting more buyers into this technical short. Say that you guys see Coinbase slightly above $320. A potential process of consolidation above $320 could be opening the door for a test of the 50-day moving average that is coinciding, by the way, with a previous level of resistance for Coinbase back from early August. This 50 DMA is signaling $344 from $320 up to $344. This could represent a 7% profit trade. So it is starting to look interesting. I would give you that. I would give you guys that. Because it is. Coinbase has been consolidating above $300, but I need to see a bit more of, I need to see more evidence. How about that, guys? I sound super interesting, right, when I say that. I need to see more evidence. Like if I were a detective. I need to see more evidence that buyers are stepping in here. So I would like to see Coinbase above $320. Yeah. I would give it a thought. Let's just put it that way. And mind you, guys, if this potential support zone between the 100 DMA at 282 and 271, which is a level that coincides with the 200-day moving average, if this zone breaks to the downside, oh boy, this could be good night, Irene, for Coinbase. Have you heard that song, guys? Good night, Irene. How old are you? Come on. No one? Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I see you in my dreams. Let me go see the market structure of... No, of course. And take a look. Speaking of buyers that are trapped in a stock, guys, take a look at Coinbase. Oh, by the way, take a look. This is interesting. Oh, look. So this is an anchor VWAP that comes from let me show you guys, from the April low of Coinbase, guys. So Coinbase went down to $160 in early April. And take a look at how it has been holding so far this anchored volume weighted average price line as support to the penny, guys. 292. This is a critical level for Coinbase, guys. So this implies that the average market participant that started a position on Coinbase in early April, that, the average market participant that was able to catch that bottom on Coinbase around $150, has been defending price tooth and nail as of now. There's conviction on those buyers, guys. So I purchased shares of Coinbase at $150. I am not willing to give up on the stock as of now. Coinbase goes down to $290, $295. I am adding to my position. Yeah, this thing is going back up, more likely than not. If these market participants capitulate, oh boy. Guys, I mean, Coinbase is at a crossroad here, guys. 282, 290, this level breaks, oh boy. But at the same time, and this is bullish, Coinbase is consolidating above not only a fat number, $300, but it is also consolidating above an anchor VWAP that comes from early April, which is an important date because it was a big bottom in the markets, and it is also consolidating above the 200 and the 100-day moving average. I'm gonna put it on my. I'm gonna put Coinbase on a sticky note here. Above the 50-day moving average, it could start to go up. Yeah, I like it. Oh, by the way, last but not least, the market structure of Coinbase. And of course, guys, you know the drill. If you're trading Coinbase or Hood or MicroStrategy or Marathon Digital or Riot, whatever it is, you need to keep an eye on Bitcoin. So these are Bitcoin related stocks. Okay. Take a look. The demand is going down and the supply is trying to rise. Not a good looking market structure, which for the most part we can reconcile with the fact that Coinbase has been struggling at consolidating above the 5 DMA. So come on, Coinbase bulls, consolidate above the 5 DMA and burst above the 20 DMA, and you can count on me. Guys, I gotta go. I'm super tired. I already streamed during 7 hours. Today I actually did 2 streams because I streamed also in order to wait for the earnings report of ACTA during the whole trading session. I woke up at 5 a.m. and then I went live for you guys in English, which is my second language. I'm tired. Yeah, and I still have some work to do. Unbelievable. Thank you, guys. See you guys on both servers, on mine and Christian's as well, tomorrow pre-market. Okay, keep an eye on IBM. Above 243.6, I think there could be higher prices for IBM. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And God bless you all. Okay? Yeah. God bless you from North Carolina. Bye, guys. Thanks. Take care.